Hi everyone! So today I'm going to teach you how to make a dust skirt hem. And it's really kind of simple, but we need to play with some bigger seam allowances than you might be used to. This is a sample I've done just with some scrap fabric. And on the back side, I want you to notice how our front fabric comes up a lot. It's about 1.5 inch seam allowance, and our lining ends the same height as our front fabric. But when you sew it and your edges are together, the edges that you're going to sew, your face fabric is actually going to be significantly higher than your lining. And that is because when you press the hem around, the raw edge of the lining is right in the fold of the dust skirt hem. So the bottom edge of the lining ends in this fold, and then the top edges match up. So let's rewind a little bit and I'll show you how I get there. The dust skirt hem that I need to do is on this white denim. And my desired finished height is 9.5 inches. Now, because of the nature of it folding over so much, I actually give myself, I'm using a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the top, so that would put it at 10. But I'm gonna do, actually, let me reword that. My finished height of the dust skirt is 9, and so I have a 1/2 inch seam allowance at the top, which would make it 9.5. But because of the nature of all of the folding, you lose some of the height whenever you're doing all of the pressing. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself an extra 1/2 inch. So we're at 10 inches right now. And the width of the dust skirt hem that I'm going to use is 1.5 inches, which is similar to the example that I just showed you. So 1.5 inches twice is 3 inches. So my cut measurement here is 13 inches. Now, the lining, which I've already cut, and this might be kind of hard because they're both white. My lining height I've cut at 10 inches because the face fabric is going to fold over 3 inches here, and then it's going to get tucked in to that 1.5 inches. So you're going to have 1.5 inches folded over twice. So what I'm going to do is just pin my lining to my face fabric, and I'm going to put them face to face. And remember, for this example, I'm using a 1.5 inch seam allowance. Okay, I'm done pinning. I generally put my pins about 1 foot apart. If you're working with squirrely fabric, put your pins closer together. So I'm going to sew this 1.5 inches away from my cut edge, and I'll be back in a minute.